Hi, and welcome to River's Knitting Chronicles. I'm River, and it's been a little while. Life has been topsy-turvy, but I'm here today, and we'll see how things go. I'm actually calling this show a knitting carol because, hopefully this will work. If not, I guess I'll have to retitle it and redo this intro. I actually shot part of an episode when we were doing the technical rehearsal for my fall show, and I shot it on set, and the plan was about half of my cast were knitters, and so they were all going to bring their knitting, and we were going to record a little bit of them talking about their knitting and talking about performing and stuff like that, and their moms were all cool with it. Every single last one of them forgot to bring their knitting. And they were like, can't we just talk? And I said, no, it's a knitting show, honey. You don't go on a knitting show to just talk. Sorry, I know I do that a lot, but it's my knitting show. So anyway, this is what I got before the kids showed up. And I'm going to put it, hopefully, fingers crossed, not done this before, right here. Hi, welcome to River's Knitting Chronicles. I don't know what number this is, but I'll figure it out in a little bit. And I got that box again, but I think we're doing fine, so I'm not worrying about it. We are on location, in case you didn't notice. It is Tech Saturday. It is the last weekend before we open the show, and so we've been putting the finishing touches on the set decoration. The set has been finished for a little bit, but we've been putting in the last things, adding, odds and ends and all sorts of things. So I don't know how long I have to record. We're actually on lunch break, and the kids, weird pop-ups. The kids are at lunch, so I'm going to stop when they get back. This is my plan, and we'll see how this works. And none of this might see the light of day, but I have a couple of my kids who are knitters whose parents agreed for them to be on the show. I don't know if they actually brought their knitting or not, but if they did, we might have some special guests over the course of the rest of the day. And so I'll just see if I can figure out editing different sections. So this is probably going to be in parts as opposed to one big long show. So I'm at the set. I don't think this light does much for me, but it makes my paler cast members look really pretty, so I'm not worried about it. This is Truvy's Beauty Shop. If you look, let me see if I can figure this out. This is what you see if you're a performer. Yep, a lot of light. So most performers don't see much because the light is blinding. But this is the set of our show. And our sink over there works, and we practiced shampooing hair today, and it was interesting. The sink works great, but it's cold water, so poor thing. The dryer also works, so we shampooed her, we rolled her up, and she sat under the dryer, and then her hair was dry. Inside that window is Truvy's husband. He just sits around and watches TV. So we've got shots of different hairstyles. We've got a bulletin board with a saying and some pictures of cast members and people that would be important to Truvy's life. There's the retail area, and there's the screen door. So I'm going to wheel you around faster to come back. Right now you're sitting on Truvy's desk, and I am sitting where, if Truvy were giving me a manicure, I'd be the customer. So that's kind of the view you've got going on right now. I brought some knitting, since this is a knitting show, and I wanted you to, I'm sure you were hoping to see some of that, but it's a lot of on location. Since I haven't been able to record as much, and I haven't been able to knit as much, I wanted you guys to see this is actually why that's the case. So, but I did not finish my hat in time to turn in a completed hat for the House Cup this month. But I got a good bit of it done, and it's gorgeous, if I say so myself. I love, 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 love it. It's really, really pretty. I'm pretty much to the end of the very complicated lace. I'm to the part now where I've got the longer sections of stockinette, garter stitch, longer sections of knit stitch. So my brain's just not, it's been a long day. to make it into the actual hat shape, and then there's ribbing, and then I'm done. So this isn't going to take any time at all once this show is over. So here is, I'm trying to get this out of your way and stretch it for you so you can see it. Yeah, that's still in your way. But it's the St. Michael, or San Michel, I still don't know how to say it, beret. And I am knitting it in Malabrigo sock Tiziano red on size 3 Chigu needles. And you can see the openings really well. I just don't know that you can see the pattern all that well. There you go, maybe. I love it. I've really enjoyed it, especially, you know I enjoyed it, to be as busy as I've been and have as much going on and to still want to go home and at least try to get a row or half a row after all of that. You know, this is my kind of thing. I love these. I love this knitting. I don't know if it's too late for the fair or not. It starts later this year, not until November 7th. So it might still be a possibility. I have to check the calendar. But so that's the knitting that I'm working on. Not done. I think we actually run this show next week. But this is the best thing about, not the best thing, there's lots of good things about being a director, but one of the good things about my job is that after today, I'm pretty much done. What I do for this show is pretty much over. It's in the hands of the kids. All of the run crew is kids, so my stage manager, my prop mistress, the run crew, the light crew, the sound crew, they have this show. I'm pretty much an audience member after today, unless there are things wrong. But knock on, you're on a wood desk, so knock on that nothing will be wrong. So I'll have more time to knit. And I do think that there's a good chance that I'll finish this. And I should be able to do a show next weekend. We run Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then after all of this work, the saddest day is always having to strike, which means I have to tear it all apart. And some of it has to get tossed. We reuse a lot. It's really fun to, as we're building things and working on things, it'll have a label on the inside where someone wrote, you know, Pot's Porch. We did William Inge's Picnic a couple of years ago, and we're still finding lumber that was part of their house or something from, we did Children's Hour last year. So things get reused. The yellow table that's, I won't spin you around again. The yellow table that's over there has been in, I think this is its 5th show. We built it for one show, and it's been reused and changed up and painted and refashioned and had coverings on it and coverings off of it and all sorts of things. So that's a fun kind of thing about theater. So anyway, so I have shown you my knitting. I've talked to you in this glaring light. It's not super flattering to me. I've got a light coming at me from right. I can feel it right here, yeah. So maybe I'll move to a different location if we do shoot some more today. It was my plan. We'll see how that goes. And I hope you enjoy this being on location, and I hope my students actually remember their knitting. So maybe I'll see you in a few. Okay, bye. So, now we have the knitting present. And I'm sure you're wondering why I'm not wearing that hat. I've been working on that hat for 24 hours, and it should be finished. It is a hat in the style of Lamb Chop from remember the Lamb Chop puppet? And they had that show, This Is the Song That Never Ends. This is the hat that never ends. I have been knitting on this hat forever, and I have been knitting on it daily. And it feels like it's just, and every time I think, okay, well, the next time I pick this up, I'll finish it. And then I pick it up and I work on it, and I knit and I knit and I knit, and then I think, okay, well, I'll pick it up in the morning and I'll just finish it off. And I get there the next day and I knit and I knit and I knit, and and it's been going in perpetuity. This hat is just killing me. But I really do think I'm close to finished. I am at the decreases. I'm almost to the ribbing, and the rows are, I've been decreasing as I go, so the rows should feel like they're getting shorter, but it's just, Part of my issue is that I've been having eye problems. They look fine now, and they have been feeling better, but I've had that cold with that cough for a really long time, and whenever I get anything that's kind of in my head, it always affects my eyes. So I haven't been able to, my vision has been a little bit blurry, and they've just been kind of sore and tired, and I just haven't wanted to focus on things, and that's probably why my knitting is slower, even though I feel like I'm spending a lot of time on it. I'm guessing if you timed it, it would seem like I was knitting much slower than normal. And so maybe that's why. I do have to get this hat off the needles before Thanksgiving, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But, so, let's see. It is called the St. Michael or Saint Michel Beret. The pattern is actually called Little Flower Remix because it started off as a doily. And let me see if I can get the lace to spread free. Oh, that looks pretty. So it started off as this doily. And from what I understand from reading the pattern information, her friend took the doily pattern and made it into a hat and sent it back to her, and then they made it where you can do the hat in multiple weights. Mine is done in, see how close I am? I am so close. Mine is done in fingering weight. This is Malabrigo sock in Tisam. I really should learn how to pronounce this. Just Tirsami, whatever, red. The red is the second part. It starts with a T, and it's unpronounceable. And so I'm really proud of that. I think that's gorgeous. I think the other part of it is, look at how now it's just stockinette stuff, and I like this. This is what I like to knit. This is not so much fun for me. See, I like holes and things. I like to make holes and things. And there's a flower. There's tons of mess-ups in this, but that's the other thing I like about lace is you can never tell because there's holes everywhere, so who knows what's supposed to be there and what isn't. There's kind of a flower motif in the middle. I bet you once I actually can block it out and everything, it'll be much more obvious. So the Saint Michel or St. Michael beret, it's also called Little Flower Remix on the pattern, but I want to say that when I got it on Ravelry, it's called St. Michael. It's in my most favorite bag that I show it off all the time. And I don't feel bad because I show it off because I love it. But then every time I do, I wish I could tell you where to get one. But you can't get one. Isn't that pretty? I really need to get a sewing machine and figure out how to make more. But see, it's got sequins and sparkles, and this thing is just perfect for put it on your wrist and knit. See, I can knit on the go. So yeah, that is pretty much knitting present. So now we're to knitting future. And I'm going to try this with my spiffy new phone. I pulled it up, and I actually did try to look at it in the viewfinder, and you really can't see it, and for that I apologize. So some of my House Cup friends are also Facebook friends of mine, and one of them challenged me. I don't know why me, but she did. She challenged me to a Thanksgiving Day sock off. I think because she knows how slow I am at socks, and so she figured she would win. So I accepted, and I can't do vanilla socks. I don't have it in me to knit vanilla socks. I coughed up because I don't want to cough at you guys. So I was looking at sock patterns that I would like to complete. This is insane and crazy, and will either make me crazy. Oh no, don't just. And will either make me crazy, or will be lots of fun. I don't know yet. I guess we will find out. The pattern is called Bling, Arkansas. I don't know why it's Bling, Arkansas. I don't think there's a town for Bling, Arkansas. I don't know if you're in Arkansas and you're in a town named Bling, let me know. But anyway, so the pattern is called Bling, and it is by, obviously, my favorite sock pattern designer is Belly Button Knits, Adrienne Fong. And so, and it doesn't have a ton of people have made this one. But I trust her. I've knit enough of her patterns that I think I I understand the way her brain works. So I wish you could see. I'm going to show it, but you're going to have trouble seeing it. Go on Ravelry and look at this because it's 20 times of gorgeous. I'm going to try to hold it sideways. Oh, wait. Uh-oh, look what it's doing. How pretty is that? Isn't that gorgeous? So I am here, maybe if I put it over my face. I've heard that if you put stuff over your face, it'll better focus. I think that's just the lamp is getting a bit too much light, but otherwise, how gorgeous! So this is what my Thanksgiving Day is going to be about. Are the bling socks from Adrienne Fong. Ooh, that closed up really close. Okay. The bling socks by Adrienne Fong, Belly Button Knits. And the start time is supposed to be midnight on Thanksgiving. I will be sleeping at midnight on Thanksgiving. I am not a night person. I am a day person. Even on days I don't have to be up, I am up at somewhere between 5 and 6 in the morning. Even on weekends or days I have nothing going on, it's my internal clock does that. I'd rather it do that than not, because of, my first class is at 7:30 in the morning, so it's nice that it doesn't feel alien to me to be up and ready and getting ready. Let's see. The other thing, and I wished, lesson to all my viewers, put things in your queue, or your quay, or whatever you want to call it. Click it. Please. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. I'm not going to get into it, but I am newly single, and that's as of this week. And so I've had to really scale back on Christmas ideas. And I have all of this yarn, and I have 2 hands, and I have lots of sticks. So my goal is to give love and things made from love and my own 2 hands and if someone isn't deserving of, or I don't feel like they would appreciate something that I made enough, then they're probably not someone I need to give stuff to in the first place, so I'm not feeling bad. Anyway, so my daughter's boyfriend, I know we've talked about him, and she told the story on the episode she was on. He's going to be in town for almost a month. He is a working actor, as I've told y'all, and he did a part in a film. It was a bit part, and there's always a chance with those parts that you don't even make the final cut, so I don't know that much about it, other than he made enough that he could cover his bills and come and spend a month with Kyra. She graduates right after he arrives, like I think a few days after he arrives, is her graduation from Florida State School of Theater. And so he's going to be here for Christmas. And so I found this perfect, his mom knits too, so I don't want to step on nitty toes, but it was really, really pretty, and but pretty in a masculine, handsome sort of way. And it was textured, but very refined, and I thought, that's a really good scarf for a British gentleman to have. And so my plan is to go through my stash. Hopefully I have something that will work so that I can make him that scarf, and I would love to show you the pattern, and I really hope I can find it again. I want to say that I sent a link of it to my daughter through Facebook, but I don't, so I'm going to go back through our messages. I'm almost positive I did. It'll just take some searching because we message a lot. It's a great, I feel bad for parents whose kids were at college and having the beginnings of grown-up life without so much access, because I would miss her if I didn't get to talk to her on Facebook as much as I do. So yes, that's for him. You guys know that I'm already working on something for my daughter, so I'm going to keep working on that, and we'll see from there how much I can get done. So hopefully there are going to be more episodes, because I'll be able to, I'll have to be knitting more, even though it won't count for the house cup, because it'll be an off month. sad, but still, I'll have stuff on the needles that I can share with you guys. Since I've gotten the phone, I don't carry the Nook around as much, so the Nook case is kind of hibernating. I do want that cowl. I do want the cowl really bad, and eventually, but maybe if I say it's for someone else and give it a deadline, maybe then I'll finish it. Colorwork's not as much fun as lace for me. It's too easy to just kind of put that aside. So that's kind of what's happened with that cowl. But those are the things so that is knitting future. So we've talked knitting past was the past video, knitting present was the hat, and knitting future, and that's pretty much my knitting content. Like I said, life has been kind of up and down. I've been sick a lot. Honestly, since, the big change in my life has happened, I've felt better. I think a lot of the illness was partly stress, which even, everything is stressful, and job is stressful and all of that, but at least now home isn't as stressful, so I can, kind of come here and decompress, and that's great. We've been rearranging things in the house, and the cat's coming to visit. I hope he doesn't break anything. We've been reclaiming things and organizing things to suit us, and slowly. We're not doing it, so we're not speed demons with it. We're trying to do it so that doesn't seem like punishment, and so it seems like, kind of fun and exciting, and then we get to have good ideas and stuff like that. So, because of this, a couple of things might be happening. I'm considering doing some changes to the channel on YouTube. If you watch me off the blog, things won't change really for you at all until next summer. Because of the only kind of major negative thing is financial, so I'm not going to be able to afford to pay for the hosting of the videos. But I have them on YouTube, and they work just fine there. The people that it will affect are the people on iTunes, and I've not been able to get my own videos to work on iTunes, so I'm hoping that I'm not going to lose too many viewers who like the show that way. Sorry, that was gross. Okay, so I am considering changing the channel to the River Chronicles, or doing a separate channel of that. I haven't decided which way to go. But there are other things going on in my life that I just thought would be kind of, I don't mind talking about them. I know that there are other people in my situation, and there are other things that I like to do, and other things that are positive in my life that I'd like to share, that I always, whenever I talk about other stuff on the show a lot, I know, but whenever I do, kind of in the back of my mind, I feel a little bad, like, people are here to watch knitting, not to hear about, your kid dancing, or, what color lipstick you have on. So, my hope is, or what I'm thinking, and I'm not going to rush it, because I do still want to do the tutorials for knitting and things like that. I'm going to be able to do more at home with things changing how they have. I don't have to kind of tiptoe around anyone anymore. So that'll be good, and I think that'll give us the ability to shoot the tutorials, and to maybe shoot some other things and talk about some other things. So it'll either be where on YouTube it changes to the River Chronicles, and I have just different, how they have like a string of, these are a certain type of video, this is a different type of video. I might do that, or I might do different channels. I need to look and see what the difference is as far as YouTube is concerned and all of that good stuff. But so yeah, it's not going to be a like next week kind of change, but it'll be a in the future kind of change. And that's kind of what's going on. So for Thanksgiving, I hope you guys are having a good one. And if you're in another country, then just eat a lot of food on Thursday and think of us. We were invited to my mother-in-law she's going out of town, but she was going to cook and then have us come up and spend Thanksgiving with my father-in-law, and my sister-in-law was going to come down and do Thanksgiving with him. But that just all seemed kind of odd and probably a bit awkward, and I just don't feel like, it just seemed weird. So And it's a long drive, and my daughter she gets paid extra if she works on Thanksgiving. So she signed up for a Thanksgiving shift for that night. So what we're going to do instead is I took advantage of a lot of the BOGO sales at Publix. If you don't have a Publix, poor thing. They do great sales. So we're going to do a really small kind of just me and my kids Thanksgiving here. We're going to watch some Doctor Who. I'm apparently going to be knitting some lacy socks. And everything is beeping around me. Sorry about that. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be just really low-key, just the kids and me. And I'm a poet. I didn't know it. So I hope you're going to have a good one, and I hope you're going to be around people who make you happy and keep you positive. And yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. I hope to have a finished hat to show you, and I'm not kidding myself, the start of a pair of those bling socks going from Thursday this weekend. Let me check my calendar, because I know the first is Sunday, so I'll have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to work on the socks to get at least something in for the house cups. So hopefully that'll go well. And my eyes have been doing better. I'm going to knit with a light color, and I think that will help. So hopefully I'll have some at least decent progress. I don't expect to have a complete pair of socks in 3 days. So, thank you so much for joining me. I have no idea how long this is going to be because of the splicing in different videos. But I am really happy to see you again. And I hope to get to see you again in a week. Knock, knock. If not, it'll be 2. And, yay. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, and welcome to Rivers Knitting Chronicles. It's been a little while. Life has been kind of topsy-turvy, but I have a show for you today. I actually am calling this show, hopefully, I might have to redo this intro. I'm calling the show The Ghosts of Knitting Past, Present, and Future. Or, no, I'm not going to call it that. Hold on, I had a better name.